friends, today I thought I would share my latest InkFlight unboxing. I've decided that this is going to be my last InkFlight for a while. I just have other things I need to pay for and do, and as much fun as this has been, it's time to put it on pause. But for now, here is the latest box. I like the tissue paper. Definitely save this. Welcome ink travelers instead of trick or treat. This month's InkFlight box is an ink and treat. As most of you know, we usually focus on one brand of ink each month. For October, we decided to surprise you with an assortment of colors from 4 manufacturers. Unlike Halloween candy, you can sample these inky treats guilt-free. So the ink, oh my goodness, that is an adorable sticker, and I love pumpkins and apples, so perfect. A very nice notebook. So this is Kokuyo Perpanep. I really don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but A5 Ultra Smooth Suru 4mm dot grid notebook. Ultra Smooth 96 GSM writing paper, pressed extremely flat for ultimate smoothness. Eco-friendly notebook, paper sourced from sustainable forests, cover made with recycled pulp. Binding allows notebook to open completely flat. Minimal design. Oh my gosh, that, I don't know how to describe how smooth this paper is. That is incredible. I don't know, can you see the sheen on it when I move the page? Like that right there? It's not a coating, it's just pressed so flat. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy trying that out. And the little plastic notebook cover you can take off. I think that's just the packaging, but for right now I'll leave it on. It's a good protector. And I like how lightly the dot grid is printed on there. It's not distracting. I've had notebooks in the past that after a while I just didn't like using anymore because the dot grid was so strong, it was so dark that it was very distracting. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Oh my god, it's so smooth. I wish you could feel this through the camera because this is, wow, that is impressive. And now for the inks. So 4 different ink manufacturers this year. First we have Apollo Orange from Labon. I have been curious actually about their inks just because of the Greek mythology names, so that'll be fun to try. Labon Poseidon Green. Ooh, I wonder, it kind of looks like it might be a teal, and I have quite the collection of teal ink samples going to eventually do a mega swapping, as I am always on my search for the perfect teal. Pelican Edelstein Golden Barrel. Oh, look at that shimmer. Krishna Mumbai, Krishna Deeley, Diamine's Ryder Blood. And I actually, a while ago, had one of my sweet pen pals, one of my good friends, she sent me some samples of this. So that is exciting. I'll be able to pass this one on to somebody else who wants it. Lastly, Diamine and Cult Pens Christine. Oh, I feel like I've heard good things about this one. Saturated blue-green ink with an electric purple sheen. Oh, that sounds delightful. First up, we have Labon Apollo Orange, and the description from the InkFlight notes say, You'll feel peachy keen with this bright orange ink in your pen. Oh, that is very bright orange. It's like a very clear and see-through bright orange. Very transparent, I guess is the word that I'm looking for.
Orange.
Next is Labon Poseidon Green. And it says, this bright pastel aqua ink has the look of greenish patina on bronze. Ooh, well, if that description is accurate, I'm going to love this.
Oh yeah, that is very pretty.
Oh, so that is another beautiful teal on the blue side, and it looks like it is going to have some coppery patina sheen or shading right there. Ooh, and the next one that I have been particularly interested in trying, because I love a good shimmer, is the Pelican Edelstein Golden Barrel. And the InkFlight sheet says, this golden yellow ink has an orange halo with a gilded shimmer. Very autumnal. Oh, that's beautiful. It has kind of a turmeric yellow color to it also. Next up, we have Krishna Mumbai. Named after India's financial and entertainment capital, this reddish-brown ink has a greenish sheen. Oh, that's a very pretty red. It looks very cranberry. It feels like a very wet ink, just even based off of the dip pen.
It flows really smooth off the nib. Wow.
Next is Krishna Deeley. This purple looks like it's going, oh wow. The description with this is, Delhi is the national capital of India and the inspiration for this royal purple with black sheen. Ooh, this should be interesting. It's not dried enough yet for me to see the black sheen, but just on its own, that is a gorgeous purple. Next up is Diamine Ryder's Blood. It is such a pretty, rich, winey red. Like, I guess I would think of this as kind of a, at least as it goes down wet in the, like a burgundy. Ryder's Blood. Well, if the glass dip nib is any indication, this is a really smooth flowing ink. I know you can't get a super accurate impression from a glass dip nib, but that is really just flowing off of it. Oh, and I forgot to say that the Diamine Ryder's Blood description that was included says, selected in collaboration with the subreddit Fountain Pens, this deep wine red ink is super wet. So yeah, my impression was included in the description. So the next one I am very excited to try, the Diamine and Cult Pens Christine. This one says, this richly saturated blue-green ink has an electric purple sheen. Well, that sounds right up my alley.
Oh, whoa. Look how dark and pretty that is. Oh my goodness.
Oh, this one is also really wet and flowy off of the dip nib. Over here living on the edge with open ink sample bottles. Whoops. I'm gonna give these a second to finish drying, but already look at those. Okay, 1 second. All right, so these have all had a few minutes to dry, and they are all beautiful. For me, I think that the Apollo Orange is my least favorite of this batch. I personally, these bright kind of transparent oranges are not typically my favorite to write with, just because I prefer things that are a little more saturated, usually on the darker side, not always, but it does have some nice shading, no sheen that I can see, but I do like that it's named Apollo, so the orange is very appropriate. Next, the Poseidon Green, I also think is very nice and pretty, and I love the shading in the writing. Again, it's not wowing me, but it's a nice teal. Next, the Pelican Edelstein Golden Barrel. I am really enjoying. I am loving this. Look at that orange halo, and then just the way the shimmer settled in. And if the camera's picking it up, I'm not sure, but the shimmer is very nice in the writing too. So I will be interested to see what that does in a nib. Krishna Mumbai, very pretty. It kind of reminds me of, which one am I thinking of? It's a Colorverse, not quite Colorverse Red Spot, but perhaps Dark Matter. Maybe that's the one that I'm thinking of. No, it's Dark Matter. You'd think I would remember these better, but anyway, I think once I use up the sample, I have a similar enough color ink with that green sheen that's so pretty. Ooh, there, it's really picking it up. That I have one close enough in my collection. The Krishna Deeley is also very pretty. I'm not seeing a lot of the black sheen. A little bit. I mean, the light picks it up when it reflects off of it, but just looking at the writing, there's obviously black in the purple, but it's not like a shimmery black sheen, but very pretty. I really like that purple. The Diamine Ryder's Blood is a very pretty burgundy wine, and it was such a wet, nice Ryder off of that nib that I want to get it into an actual pen to see how that works. And I like the little bit of sheen that's going on and how it looked in the writing. Very cool. So I will enjoy using my samples. And then this one is pretty, but this ticks so many of my boxes that it's teal, it's super saturated, it has a really dark, luscious, purpley sheen. It reminds me of, what's that one we all joke about that if you put it in your pen, it's never coming out? It's like Walden or, oh shoot, the name is escaping me right now. I'm pretty sure you probably know what I'm talking about, but it reminds me of that. So we'll see if this one, once I use it in a pen, if it's any easier to clean out than the other one. Oh, I'm so frustrated I can't think of the name. So for the inks, there they are. That was a fun batch, and it was really nice to get a sampling of a few different brands. So I will enjoy that. So now I wanted to do a quick try of this incredible smooth. I want to keep touching it. It is so luxurious. This paper is luxurious. That is what it is. There's like no other word for it. I can't believe how smooth this is. So I'm going to use my Lamy 2000 with a fine nib, and it still has my Birmingham Pen Company Petroleum in it. This paper worked really, really well to write on. It soaked up the ink right away. I didn't see it sitting on top of the paper. Let's see. Yeah, that didn't smear. It's still drying a little bit right here in the corner, but that, I laid down a lot of ink right there. It's so smooth. I really didn't think that the ink was gonna dry almost instantly. And a little bit of ghosting, but not a lot really. I would have no problem writing on the back of this sheet. So yeah, I think it will be interesting to try this out. And this is a really generously sized notebook. So thank you so much, InkFlight. Well, that is it for today's InkFlight video. I thank you so much for watching the whole thing if you got through here to the end. And as always, I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Bye.